Alright, so I've been getting a lot of questions about the SRT pages on my G. It is it is the 3.6 V6. So we're saying it's like brake system. Okay, yeah, we'll hide that for now. So it doesn't come with some of the pages that the SRT Jeep would come with. I know a lot of you guys were interested also with the wheel swap that I did. Yeah, it is out of an SRT. It's not originally out of an SRT Jeep though. It's out of a SRT Chrysler 300, but everything matches up. You know, it's just a little 10mm bolt behind. It's like a hex bolt behind this airbag once you pop it out. All the wiring matches right up, so there's no, splicing into the harnesses or anything like that. All the buttons do work. The paddle shifters are a little taller, which I do like. The buttons do work, as I'll show you. So that works. The buttons on the other side to change the channel work. The up and down buttons do work. There's no issues with the steering wheel. And one thing I was surprised about is I've heard a lot of people have been having issues with, or concerns about, oh, my heated steering wheel is not going to work, etc. The heating steering wheel works even better than the original wheel that I had in this car when I bought it. So for anybody who's not having a heated steering wheel when they do the swap, I tried pulling out your airbag and redoing the wiring, or disconnecting and reconnecting the harness, because it should work. I don't know why you wouldn't have that heated option. I know the SRTs came with the heated options, and I believe the cooling options, so the only thing you should be missing is that cooling option. Yeah, so as far as the process, it only took about 10 minutes to do. For me, it took maybe 20, because when you're pulling out the hex bolt, if you haven't done it before, breaking it loose is a complete bitch. Unless you have like an impact or something, it really shouldn't be as tight as it was on mine, and I'm not quite sure why it was so tight, because I had to take it to a shop because I didn't have a breaker bar or an impact gun to get it out. So I just took it over there for them to loosen it up. But it's super easy process, super worth it. Makes the whole interior of this Jeep look a lot cleaner. Oh wow, look at that Cummins. Nice. And I couldn't be more happy with it. And I'm trying to do kind of an SRT conversion on this Jeep. So everything that I'm doing to it is going to be SRT swapped. And yeah, so as far as the steering wheel, I hope that guys, answers a few questions that you guys may have. I don't have these options right here. So it doesn't do anything for me, but it doesn't annoy me. Didn't feel like swapping out the panel right here for my old one, because the color would have been mismatched from the rest of the wheel. Not, if that's the worst thing to bitch about, then I'm fine with it. I don't really care. If you really are annoyed by the fact that these are here and you can't use them, then take a black Sharpie to them and just fucking Sharpie them out. But yeah, and then I also did the red vapor suede on the doors to make it look like the red vapor interior, which was a limited edition Grand Cherokee that they came out with, and matched the background to the red, but that's a different story. So let's get into the SRT pages, and hope this can answer some questions for you guys. So hoping that this will probably answer a few questions that you guys may have for the SRT pages. When you go to start the car, you will see the SRT page pop up there and here. The whole layout of the SRT pages are significantly cleaner than the original ones programmed into the car. You do get different font modes. It does make your speedometer thing go from peaked at 120 to 180. Now, obviously that's not adding any extra power to your car or anything like that. But you do get a few different options that you wouldn't originally have, such as one of my favorite options programmed into the SRT pages. You will get on the screen the 0 to 60 timer, which, as you guys can see right now, is a 6.9 for my car, but I'm working on that. But it's not too bad for, being the 3.6 V6 with the 8-speed and K&N intake on the car. It does move, but I am going to be, doing my best to beat this record. So now you guys will see we got the, the 1/8 and the 1/4 mile pages. I haven't really messed with these too much, but you get those. You'll get, braking distance, which I'm not quite sure even what this is. I'm gonna have to play with it a little bit, but it's just a cool little option. I guess it's just seeing, how quick your car can brake, or how long it takes it to brake from a certain speed. I don't know what the speed is, or if there even needs to be a set speed, but we have that option. Your current G-force, which I'm at a complete stop right now, so everything's zeroed out. But when you're in my peak G-forces, so I'm gonna reset that. Maybe we can play. Yeah, there we go. Maybe we can play with that. Yeah, so you get those little options right there. Another amazing feature about this SRT pages is when you scroll down, you get the diagnostic code sheet, which on the button right here, you'll just press OK, and see there we got my intake temp sensor, which when I replaced my K&N intake, the sensor was already shot and broken, so I need to replace that. Just haven't gotten around to it yet. Other things, my speedometer, you can still change it to the digital, which is cool. I mean, the font's different on the digital, and you get the little blue streaks, which is nice. But I do like it like this now. Everything else still works as should. You still got all the other, Triptonic stuff and all this. You can change around all your options and stuff, but I usually just keep it on the SRT pages. So when I'm driving and I do feel like having some fun, I can just watch my 0 to 60 time go up. On here, for a minute, we did have the SRT pages that showed my horsepower and torque, and other little relevant gauges to the power of the car. But I do believe that you need to be signed up for Uconnect or register for it or something, which I don't want to do. So I'm not too worried about having that. It was kind of laggy, and I don't know if that has something to do with the fact that it's not an SRT Jeep itself, but those pages I really didn't care about. I was more really into the backgrounds anyways. Just show you guys now. Let's go to settings. We're gonna go to display, and we're gonna go to themes. So as you can see right now, it's just kind of a red theme. We do get an original red theme. We get the Hellcat theme, which I don't know if you get. Yeah, there we go. Now we can see it. We get the Hellcat theme. Another little red theme, brighter Hellcat theme, blue SRT theme, another blue SRT theme, but I do like mine on the red because it matches the doors, that I have made for my Jeep, but we'll make another video about that later. If you guys are interested on how I made these doors red suede, I can do a video on it. All you gotta do is ask, or I'd probably just end up making a video on it anyway, so stay tuned. As far as everything else goes, most everything on here is the same. Everything works as should. Nothing's laggy. Now, one big concern that I know you guys have had is, does it change the modes down here Now at first it didn't, but I saw somebody had commented on my post on Facebook in one of the Jeep groups that I'm in, that if you switch it, it will actually go to the SRT modes that this is programmed to be in. So I have tested it yesterday, and that person is correct. What should be sand is now sport mode, and what should be snow is now track mode. And then we have what else do we have? We have snow mode, and we have tow mode, which now, you know, keep in mind you don't have the SRT Jeep, so those pulling up like that is not going to change anything. I don't know if it's going to have any significant effect towards my, you know, engine and whatever, since it's already programmed for sand, snow, mud, and rock. I don't believe so. I'm just going to assume that if I was to ever use these modes, I'm going to go by this and what this says rather than what that says. But I haven't had any issues driving wise, no trans slip, no trans issues, no different peak points for when it shifts or shifting points or whatever. So not a huge concern on my end. Shouldn't be a huge concern on your end if you're looking into doing this. If you do know how to do this, or you don't know how to do this, I'm going to post a picture in this video of what was used to unlock these, and from there you're going to use this button and this button, and you're going to hold it down, and then this is all going to change and give you several different options as to, you know, what you want to turn on and what you want to turn off. It'll ask, do you want to turn on SRT pages, or do you want to keep them off? How would you like your driving settings? Would you like to turn your seatbelt dinger on or off? I took mine off because it's just hell of a fucking annoying when, you know, you're driving only a couple miles per hour in your neighborhood and your car is just constantly beeping. You'll be able to scroll through it if you keep pressing this and select your options and whatever. It is called a Taser. Plugs into your OBD2 sensor, which is located underneath the dash right here, kind of where my foot is. You know, you plug that in, keep the car off, you change your settings around, and then you're gonna turn the car off, and you're gonna wait 2 minutes, I believe it is, for the things to reset, and then turn your car back on, and all of the different pages should pop up and work just like they would in an SRT. I hope that you guys enjoyed my video, and that this helps with a couple of questions you may or may not have had or thought about. Doing this for my Jeep, only being the V6, I love the whole option of having, you know, the 0 to 60 timers and stuff like that, so I don't think I'm going to switch it back. It was definitely one of the best investments I've made, and if you're looking into, you know, just getting these pages installed in your Jeep, I highly recommend it. I am going to have more videos of things that I do to this Jeep. We are doing a Jeep build, so the whole exterior is going to get wrapped. The motor is going to get new coil packs. I'm looking at getting a RIP supercharger and a pedal commander for this Jeep. It's going to go on bags eventually, but I think for now I'm going to get some lowering springs for it, and obviously already has the air intake on it. And we got tints, and whatever else I can think of. Nice snap-on guy. So whatever else I can think of doing about this Jeep. I was going to do the SRT motor and trans swap on the Jeep. I'm not quite sure whether I want to keep this Jeep yet, or if I just, you know, I'm going to sell it after I do everything I want to it and get an SRT. I'm thinking if I did the SRT swap, though, that it would be cheaper than buying the SRT Jeep itself. So I don't know, we'll see. It just depends on how much I fall in love with this car, or if I can just part ways with it. So yeah, this channel is not just going to be about this car though. It's also going to be, you know, vlogs of different car meets that I go to in everyday life, and I'm going to have another YouTube channel that you guys can subscribe to also if you guys would like to, for fitness. But yeah, so I hope this was a good video for you guys. I hope that it answered some questions. I got to get home, make some breakfast because I'm starving, and it's 11:38 in the morning and I still haven't eaten anything. So yeah, we're gonna go home and make some breakfast. But before I do that, we're gonna do a little poll. We're still at 6'9". All right, well, we're gonna beat that this week. But all right, guys, thanks for watching. Hope this answered some questions. Please subscribe to the YouTube channel. Feel free to comment below on things you may, you know, want to see in the future, or questions and concerns you may have. I can answer them to my best of knowledge. And turn on your post notifications for upcoming videos, and we'll see you guys soon.